What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my review of the JJRC H8C. This is the quad here. I never get the version with the camera usually. I just get the version without because I like sporty flying. I really don't like taking video or capturing pictures. So I have the version without the camera. This thing flies really well. I'm really loving the way this thing flies. It flies really smooth. It actually has the exact same flight characteristics of the JJRC Super Scorpio. It was a quad that I had before. I reviewed it. This thing flies the same. Almost all of the parts are the same as far as the motors and the props. Even the battery, I think it's called the JST connector. It still has that same weird connector down here. Let me see if I can show that. There's people have been talking about how they never seen this connector before. Well, if you had the JJRC or DFD Super Scorpio, then you've seen this connector before. And this quad, it flies. I guess it's a direct competitor of the Cyma X5C. This is the Cyma here. I have the black version. It's a little larger than the Cyma, just by a little. If you line the motor pods up, it's just a tiny bit longer, wider as well. But you can see it. The landing gear makes it sit up a lot more higher than the Cyma. It flies sort of like the Cyma. It's really stable and hover. The LEDs on this thing are rather unique. The LEDs are along the sides. There's a bright white row of LEDs here on the front, and then on each side there's blue LEDs, a nice colorful blue strip of LEDs, really bright. And in the back you have red LEDs, and so it's really easy to see and keep orientation when flying this thing. In the daylight, the LEDs are really visible even in bright light. They're really bright LEDs, so you never have to worry about losing orientation in the night when you're flying this, because they're on the sides. And one thing about this quad though, I wish they had different color props for the front of the quad and the back. It seems like they were copying Cyma down to the T, whereas JJRC usually have different color props. In my Super Scorpio, it actually had white in the front and black in the back. But I guess they were copying the Cyma so much that they, it being a direct competitor of Cyma, they wanted to make it familiar, I guess. Even its faults, one of its faults they have copied. But as you can see in the black version of the Cyma, they actually fixed that. They put the red props on the front and black in the back. But anyhow, other than that, this thing flies really nice. This is the transmitter here. I'm not going to go about the transmitter yet, but this thing has a really nice yaw rate. The yaw rate is pretty nice, but it's a little slower than if you use the WL Toys transmitter. If you use this transmitter, which only allows you to fly at 80% without flipping, or even this transmitter is even better because you can go to 100% rates and fly it around without flipping, and you get a faster yaw rate with this. Now with the stock transmitter, the yaw rate stays the same on all the rates. So I think that's a benefit. It can be a curse or a benefit, depending on which way you look at it. The curse being that if you're flying this thing on high rates, on 100% rates, the yaw rate is slower than the 100% rates on the WL Toys V2X2 transmitters. However, if you're flying this thing on low rates, you get a nice fast yaw rate with the low pitch. So you can fly it around, and do nice circuits with it. If you're flying it in the house, I wouldn't recommend flying it in the house, but it is possible, definitely. With this transmitter, especially because the yaw rate stays nice and fast. And so yeah, this thing is really nice and hover. It flips okay. It flips a little better with the landing gear and everything on it, because let's go to the transmitter. This transmitter, it's a video game style transmitter, the same transmitter that came with the Super Scorpio. JJRC seemed to have adapted to this type of transmitter. They included in most of their quads now. This also came with the F180. The Super Scorpio was the F182. So I'm very familiar with this transmitter. Now, why I came to the transmitter so quick, this transmitter, when you hold this right shoulder button down, it's supposed to, you have to hold it down for about 4 seconds, and it'll enter and exit indoor and outdoor mode, and that's supposed to make it flip better. It actually works on the F182, but it doesn't seem to work too well with this without the prop guards and everything on it. When you just have this thing without the landing gear or the prop guard and you put it in outdoor mode, it still doesn't level all the way. The flip doesn't turn all the way over, so you'll end up like that with the when you come out of the flip, and then the accelerometer will have to kick in and level it out. But however, everything else about this quad is pretty nice. The transmitter, you can enter something called player's mode on this transmitter if you hold down one of the shoulder buttons and as you turn it on. So you hold down the shoulder button and then turn it on, and there'll be a different mode for the transmitter. And I forget how everything is, but it's really confusing. You'll have like the flip buttons down here on these, and left and right flying up here. It's like really weird. So I really didn't like that. They included that with the other quads that they had as well. However, on the normal mode, this switches the rates. There's 4 rates you can switch to. There's 25%, 50%, and then there's 75%, and then there's 100% rates. You can fly around without flipping in 100% rates. However, when you do decide to flip, you have to hit this button here, and it stays in flip mode. So you have to remember to hit that button again to get out of flip mode, or else you'll just keep flipping as you're trying to correct or fly around or whatever. So that's one thing I didn't like about it. They included in the other versions too, the F182 and the F180. So your trims are down here. Your forward and back trim, the left and right roll trims are here, and then you have the yaw trim over here, and then here the stop and start video and pictures, snapping pictures, but I didn't get the camera version. So yeah, the transmitter feels pretty nice. It's nice for thumb flies and pinchers as well, because they're sticks, and it takes 4 AA batteries. This quad, the pitch rates are really nice, because I think because any quad I found that uses the WL Toys V2X2 protocol, it usually have nice pitches, because the pitch rates go all the way up to 100% rates on WL Toys protocols. I really like that about this. Anything on the WL Toys protocol, the V2X2, it usually flies well and pitches well. So yeah, this thing is a really nice flyer. I'm getting nice flight times from it. Without anything on, I took the landing gear off, and the prop guards were off it, and I flew it around indoors. I didn't fly it outdoors because we had bad weather, but I flew it around indoors, and I got 7 minutes and 47 seconds before this thing actually kicked into LVC. And then once LVC kicked in, at about a little over 8 minutes is when it started to land itself. So you get a little bit of time to fly it back to yourself. Let's see what else is there about this quad. This thing is really fast. The battery, this battery is actually the same exact battery that came with the JJRC Super Scorpio. Had this same dual cell battery, LiPo battery. It's a 7.4 volt, 500 milliamp hour battery, and 25C is the discharge rate, I think. But yeah, so it comes with the prop guards. These are the prop guards here. I don't have them on. They screw on. The prop guards have one screw that screws in the middle, and then these two prongs that push down on each side, and the landing gear actually screws on and off as well. It has a nice on and off switch, so when you put the battery in there, you have no problem really getting the wires in from the battery and closing that. And it's nice because you can have it off. Once you connect it, you can just have it off and then turn it on when you're ready to fly. So that's all there is to say about it. It comes with a nice instructions manual that's in English. This is the instructions manual here. It comes with an extra set of spare props, a screwdriver, and there's a USB charging. No, there's not a USB charging cable. It's this thing here. And they also supplied me with a converter, adapter thing for American Shores to plug that thing up. And that's it. Let's go check it out in flight. Okay, so this is the outdoor flight demo of the JJRC H8C. I'm going to demonstrate it with the stock transmitter. Okay, so we're on low now. This is yaw on low. The yaw stays the same on all rates. Okay, this is 40% here. The same yaw. This is the pitch here. So pretty good pitch on 40%. I'm sorry, this is 50%. Let me see. This is 75% here. The same yaw. Pretty good pitch on it. Okay, so this is 100% rate. Still the same yaw, but just the pitch rate changes. So you can see the pitch is really high now. Let me show you guys with the WL Toys transmitter. Okay, so this is the WL Toys transmitter now. I'm going to go straight to 100% rate. Oh, let me turn the quad on first and bind it to the transmitter. Okay, straight to 100% rate. Oh, wait a minute, I got some trims on here set already. Let me get the trim set back to normal. Okay. Now look at the yaw rate on it now. So the yaw rate is faster now. And it's at 100% pitch. So you can do nice funnels with the WL Toys transmitter. Nice deep, tight funnels. So that's the difference. But look at the flips here. So you see how it doesn't turn all the way over with the flips. Let me switch it back to the stock transmitter. I'll show you guys. Okay, we're back. Let's go straight to 100% rates. Okay, now let's try a flip again. Now see, it's in flipping mode now. Every time you hit the button, it's gonna flip. If you hit the input, full input in any direction, it'll flip in that direction. Now I'm gonna try to get it into outdoor mode to see if it flips any better. So you get into that, you enter it by holding the right shoulder button for about 4 seconds. So here we go. So there it is, a few beats. Let's see if it works. So nope, it still doesn't work. Although it did beep twice to let me know that I was in outdoor mode. Let me try it again. Okay, maybe that's outdoor mode. Let's see. Seems to still flip the same way. So this thing is a really nice flyer though. Pretty fast. Because of the pitch rate, it's definitely faster than the Cyma. But I experienced a lot of dropouts in this area with this transmitter here. So I'm going to switch to the WL Toys transmitter. So just fly it around a little bit and let you guys see how this thing flies. Okay, go straight to 100% rates. Oh, the lights do toggle on and off. On a stock transmitter, you hit, you hold down the left shoulder button for 4 seconds and it'll toggle the lights on and off. So you can see this thing is fast. Oh, I don't want to come out of flip mode on this. And this is the WL Toys transmitter. It's going to be okay now. So this thing is a great flyer. Really nimble. You can do tighter funnels with the WL Toys transmitter. And this thing is just a super fast quad, especially when you kick the throttle all the way up. I'm not even kicking the throttle all the way up to let it go fast. Let's see, I'll kick the throttle up this time. Speed passes with this big thing just look crazy. I wish the Cyma or some of the other larger quads will have the WL Toys protocol, so I can fly it with one of these transmitters that give you a lot of pitch, so I can go crazy with it like this. Oh yeah, another thing I've heard about, people are having problems with the motors burning out on this thing. I'm still flying with my same motors from the beginning, so I haven't had any problems with burnout. And I've been flying it hard all along like this. So maybe want to burn out now since I mentioned it. Yeah, this thing banks really well too. I like the way this thing banks. Check out this bank here. Every T warning. Let's bring it in. So that's it, the JJRC H8C. Thanks for watching.